my remakers? It's your girl Daii I, and welcome to day 12. Today, you guys, I'm going to give y'all a little story time, but I want to give y'all a little backstory on this shirt just in case y'all like, why she got this little dingy shirt on. My daughter actually painted this on this shirt probably 2, maybe 3 years ago. So yeah, not too much on it. But in this story time, y'all, I'm going to give y'all a story time on how I got my first sewing machine. I was in 10th grade when I went through the sewing class. And I had this computer class at West Monroe, and I had a substitute. And I just used to, if I'm not mistaken, I think I probably had the class either before or after that class, but it was like around the same time. So every time I would come to that class, I would talk about what we did in the class that day. And the substitute, she was like a well-known substitute around West Monroe. West Monroe loved having her up there because she didn't play. And we were just talking. I don't really know how we got to the point of her offering this to me, but somehow we got to it. She let me know that her husband had his mom's sewing machine. It's just sitting around collecting dust. Nobody's using it. She would ask if I could have it, but she was like, she don't know if he would give it to me because, you know, his mom had passed away and there was something of hers that he had, but she would ask. Y'all, when she said that, I was like, please ask him, please ask him. Tell him, I'll make sure I do right by it, I sew it or whatever, because I always talked about it. So I think it was like the next day, maybe the day after I come to school and I go to the class that she's subbing in, and y'all, she had the sewing machine. And when I'm telling y'all, I was so happy. I was so happy. So I ended up getting the sewing machine. Coming home, I started making like circle skirts and stuff. It was an older sewing machines, and that's why I prefer to work with older machines, because they're just more durable and more sturdy to me, and very more simple. They're not really complicated. So I started making circle skirts. I started changing pants into skirts. I'm gonna try to find a picture if I can, y'all, and I'm gonna post it. Yeah, I just started doing a little different stuff with the sewing machine, y'all. I didn't even have a table or a chair. I was literally sewing on the floor. So let's fast forward to some years after that. I'm grown. I'm going through one of those stages of where I'm not feeling like I'm worthy of sewing. I'm not getting a lot of clients. I'm like, I just forget this. I don't want to do this no more or whatever. Just not caring about my business or my gift. So one day I was in Super One. Me and my best friend who was in Super One, y'all, while I ran into the sub. And her husband was with her. So I had stopped her. I was like, I don't know if you remember me. She was like, I remember you. And she told her husband, she said, this who I gave your mom's sewing machine to. And he was like, oh, this who you gave the sewing machine to? Y'all, that was this make going on 12 years I've been out of high school. So that probably was like 8 years. She still remembered me, and her husband remembered me too. But that was me and her husband first time meeting. Y'all, bust down crying in Super One, because, you know, I was just telling her, like, I'm really thinking about stop doing this. I don't think this is for me anymore. She just encouraged me, y'all. And the funny thing about it is, if I'm not mistaken, I think her name is Miss Jansen. If you went to West Monroe, y'all know her, and y'all know she didn't play. There was not a sub that you can get over. She would write everything down. She would let the teacher know what happened in her class. She wasn't them subs that you can get over. That's why West Monroe loved having her there. But yes, y'all, I don't still have the sewing machine, which I beat myself up about it for years. I had it in my first apartment. That's around the time that I did stop sewing. And I left it when I moved from my first apartment to my second apartment. So yeah, I'm so disappointed by that, because I wish there was something that I could still have, that I could put in my shed as a historical piece. But hey, you live and you learn. I was young. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoying 20 Days with Daii, because I am. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.